What's up, YouTube? It's Mr. Ferguson here. Once again, thank you guys, as always, for joining me here in North Carolina in my patch of GCI Cool Blue, Cool Season Lawn. Thank you, as always, to the returning subscribers, man. I can't thank you guys enough. I appreciate you for coming by for yet another video. If you're new to the channel, thank you guys for clicking on the video. We hope you'll stay for the free content. Feel free to hit that subscribe button, that like and share. And with that, let's get into what we're going to talk about today. So today, guys, I want to show you the yard. As we've talked about last Monday video and last Friday video, we've thrown down a whole lot of products here in my yard, and we're just waiting. Time will tell whether Mr. Ferguson screwed up his lawn or not. We've thrown down the Double Dark a couple weeks ago, the fertilizer, 6% iron. We've thrown down Stress Blend this past week, 7020. We've thrown down sulfate of potash, 0048. We've put down microgreen. We've put down 1801 Green Punch. The other day, if you didn't check out the midweek quickie, we threw down just a little bit of Flagship. Mr. Ferguson has thrown down a lot of stuff. Now, why would I do that? Well, number one, because this is a YouTube channel, and that brings entertainment to you guys. So you get to see, is it going to look awesome? Is it going to kill my grass? What's going to happen? Don't know. But right now, my yard is looking freaking awesome. And I can tell that a lot of that fertilizer, the 1801 Green Punch, the Flagship, the Stress Blend has really kicked in. The goodness in the fertilizer is looking really awesome. There is a noticeable shininess that comes to the blades of the grass when that fert kicks in, and I can really tell that it's probably more from the 1801 Green Punch because it's a liquid and it soaks up a little bit faster. But man, it is shiny and just a green. Plus with the iron, as you guys saw a couple videos back, the iron had the color looking great. But now with this nitrogen, I hope it's not too much nitrogen. We're going to find out again together. I want to show you what's right in front of me, but after we talk about some mulching stuff here, we want to make this video about Hydretain. I want to get the Hydretain. We're going to wet the yard. We're going to look at the bottle. We're going to apply it. We're going to then soak it in. There are some specific rules that we need to follow for Hydretain. So I want to do that on this video. I want to take the camera around and show you everything that I'm doing. So before we get into that, I want to show you a couple things, discuss it, and then we'll get into that. So let's do this. So some of you may have seen the midweek quickie, and we did actually get mulch from the company up the street here. And so hallelujah, thank you, Lord, it is complete. We dug this out. We had plenty of mulch. I parked up here on the road actually. And if you notice right there, we actually even dug out the little tree. We did a little tree ring right there since we had extra mulch and did it there. So we watered a little bit as well yesterday. I actually didn't get to water this section, but man, I am so thrilled that I don't have to any longer, weed eat and trim around these plants, and they needed the mulch badly. The bad news is they did not have any more pine straw still. The owner was there and he's like, man, the guy's supposed to come today and he didn't show up. So no pine straw. So I don't know if I'm ever going to get it. Weeds are going to start growing back before long. And I'm going to have to put more glyphosate down if they don't hurry up and get pine straw in. So just wanted to update you on that. So now we've got both sides of our projects. We got our rocks done. Remember, we got our trees on this side. This was the big one. We got that done. And now we finally got this done. We refreshed our mulch up on the tree ring in the front yard. So thank you, Lord. I'm so glad that these projects are done. And if you guys remember, over here on the other side of our house, we're going to be cutting that out by the water hose and putting rocks or mulch there, but we're not going to tackle that just yet. And just to show you quickly before we get into Hydretain, you can see my wife's little shade garden that she started down here with shaded plants. So we had extra mulch, and so we put some of that down in this area. This tree, as you can see, we attempted to save it, and it died, so it's gone. But she's got this little shade looking garden over here, right on the edge of the property line. It looks pretty cool. So she wanted to do that. She's interested in one of these gardening YouTubers, and yeah, so, but I really want to get pine straw back here to improve this section, but not happening at the moment. So it'll be fine. Right now, we got, like I've said, at a midweek quickie, and I believe in the last video, we've got 90s coming, guys. So we want to get the Hydretain on the ground. I also need to mow today. So we'll work on Hydretain here in a moment, and we'll talk about it. and then we'll actually get out here in the yard and apply it. All right, so here is Hydretain. If it is new to you, I have never used it. This is the first time that I have ever used it, but I've heard a lot about it. This is one of those products that I almost bought several times, but just never could commit to it. I had first heard it from Pete, I believe, and he said that this is something he puts right by the road. So even if you don't put it in your whole yard, you could put it by the grass, by the edge of asphalt, and it helps retain water and try to strengthen it against the heat of the asphalt that it's by, so it can be used for that. So consider it. You don't have to buy it in a gallon. This gallon roughly costs 65 bucks. It was on sale, I believe, from 70 bucks from Yard Mastery. You can buy it in a quart, you can buy it in a pint, I believe. You can do it in a hose end device. So there are plenty of options. You guys have the internet, I'm sure you probably know that already. As I mentioned in the last video, we had a couple guys in the comments that have used this product before I have, and they've said, yes, it works. It works so well, it actually may cause fungus in your yard, so keep an eye on that. So that is exactly what I will be doing. But if you've not joined us for any of the previous videos, Hydretain is a chemical, clearly, that we're going to wet our yard. We're going to apply this product. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, on the back, we do roughly 9 ounces per 1,000 square feet, as it says right here. So that's what we're going to do. And you've got overseeding, you've got different type of situations and scenarios for best results, for large planters and gardens, for trees, shrubs, for sodding, and all this. So, but we're just doing it for general turf application. What it does is you put this product down. As soon as you put it on a wet yard, as soon as we apply it, we need to turn right around and water it in. So what I'm going to do to be safe in doing that is I'm going to, for example, my front yard, I'm going to wet my front yard. I'm going to take my sprayer, I'm going to apply it into the yard. I'm going to put my sprayer down, and I'm going to take my hose and I'm going to water it in. Then I'm going to turn around and do another section and go in that type of order. This will help me ensure that I'm not wasting my money, I'm not wasting the product, and it's getting into the soil, not drying on the blades of the leaf. I have no idea what is in it. It's just a super cool product. The fact that it pulls moisture out of the air into the ground or into the plant is really cool. Out of the humid air, the moisture, that is super, super cool. I mean, you talk about technology, that is technology like I've never heard of or seen before. And so you can see all the applications it can go on, and that's about it. If you want a super detailed breakdown of what the product is, clearly I am not that guy. I'm not a professional, so I'm sure there's hundreds of videos about this product on there, but we just want to get this down. Again, we got 90s, we got high heat coming here in North Carolina, and I want to try to put this down so that we can reduce our watering. That is my main goal in using this product. Guys, so we got the mow done. If I didn't put the footage just now, I'm gonna put it after this message. But we got the mow done. Yard is looking super stellar green, looking awesome, man. Like a shiny penny, to be honest with you. Man, look at the color change just from moving like that. So I did, as you'll see, or did see, I did the east to west cut in the front and back, and then did my up and down on the sides. So we're going to, again, just to explain what we're doing here, we're just putting down Hydretain. I've already pulled out my sprayer. I've got the Hydretain, my stir, and my cup already here. So here's the plan, what I'm gonna be doing. Clearly, I'm not gonna be stopping and talking. I'm just gonna try to get her done and throw her down. And so we'll set the camera up. I'll put on my Mr. Pete Strom sprayer tip, and just we're gonna trim the edge, and then we're gonna throw on the bulk tip, and we're gonna go and throw down bulk. Prior to that, we are gonna wet the grass. I'm gonna hand wet it. I might just throw the sprinkler up and let it do half, and then spray half of like the front yard. Then we'll throw down the Hydretain, and then immediately, I'm not gonna continue to spray. I'm gonna stop, and then I'm going to water in with what I've just put down. Probably about a 10-minute sprinkler time, and maybe just hand water one side while the sprinkler does the other side. And then once I feel that is complete, we'll move on, wet down the next area, throw down Hydretain, wet it down to soak it in, and move on. So it is going to be a slower process than just spray and then water in. I'm going to do it properly. That is how the instructions say to be done. That's what Mr. Lawn Care Nut said, so that's what we're going to do. With that said, let's put down some Hydretain and finally get her done. So guys, we did the trim, as you should have seen. I forgot to hit record when we did the bulk, but we've already spread it down, and now we are watering in what we've just applied to the yard. So now it's just more me spraying in what we just applied to the grass. So the grass is looking awesome right now. So we're just gonna continue that trend, and I'll set it up over here. We'll kind of fast forward through everything else, but we're making progress. Front yard is almost complete. So this gets old really quick doing it the proper way, but you know, I was in the first front yard, I was starting my sprinkler up, and I was like, you know what, that kind of takes forever too. I think I'm better off just for the first application of quote just get it wet the lawn. I'm just going by hand, and I'm just going to hand water you know, the sections just to get them wet. I'm not soaking it, I'm not watering, I'm just getting it wet, and I think we'll be just fine. I'm sure there's people out there in Realville that doesn't even do this. You know, obviously if you're, now let me say, I know that Alan Hain, if you watch that video, he recently put out when he was advertising the Hydretain, that ortho dial-in sprayer, you don't have to do this because it mixes with so much water. They say you're okay not to pre-wet the ground. But that's exactly what I'm doing here. I'm just getting the ground wet. I'm not watering, but I am taking a little bit longer. Once I apply the product, I am taking a little bit longer to apply, you know, obviously to water it in a little better than I'm just getting the grass wet. So while I'm just sitting here doing this, I mean, it's tedious work, man. And I knew this was going to be this kind of job. It is. This feels like a job. This is not fun. It feels like a job, but I hope the benefits will outweigh what we're doing here. I won't lie. I hope that we don't catch a lot of fungus with this and that it's beneficial. I've had to reload another, technically I put 2 gallons back in here to do the side, and down here by my shade garden area for my wife, her shade garden. But we're watering what we just did in. I got that side section and finally I'm done. So it's pretty annoying. I mean, for somebody that's dragging around sprinklers, I won't lie, it's aggravating. I thank God I have 2 spigots on each side of my house to get this big section that I just did back here behind me. So we're gonna handle watering this in, then we're gonna wet down this little strip on the side, do that real quick, handle some down here by the shade garden, probably won't even water that in, we'll see how it does, and hit some of those plants so they'll retain some water. So hope that has been informative for you guys. I did my best to capture everything I was doing. It's pretty straightforward. Now we should grab moisture out of the air to keep our plant hydrated. It is really bad. I'll show you guys here in a second. We'll walk down here before we wrap up. I'll show you this really stressed out area by where we just did the new mulch bed. And we'll see if Hydretain, you know, I've watered it, so clearly it's going to rejuvenate a little bit, but we'll see if Hydretain helps to pull moisture in if it stays stressed out or if it recovers. So we'll check that out here in just a second. Man, so it's already recovered a little bit since I watered it, but you can see where we were digging out the mulch bed, it's wet and trampled and just disgusting looking. So we'll see. I've yet to apply the Hydretain here, but we'll see if it makes a difference, if this continues to stress out, if I can get this to come back. I think I should, but again, this is where we had the wheelbarrow and all that, and so I'm gonna do this little section here and finally be done with Hydretain for 2021. So thank you guys for watching yet another Mr. Ferguson video. We'll be back with another video to review. Have we seen a change? Have we seen a difference? Do we even know if this thing is working or not in the lawn? I don't know of another way other than looking at our stressed areas and seeing, hey, is that stressing out? We got 90s coming this week. This is huge for me to get this done. I'm so excited to get it done. It's been on my brain all day, all week. So I'm happy to get this completed. So I'm already watering this last section. I'm gonna spray it. We got our last bit up in the sprayer up there, and we're gonna knock this out. So thank you guys for joining. Check back in for the review part. We'll tell you, is it worth buying this product or not? If you're unsubscribed, we'd love to have you join the channel. Please hit that subscribe button and like and share if you would. If you would consider doing that, we would appreciate it. And those that continuously come back and support Mr. Ferguson's channel, hey, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. And as always, we'll see you on the next video. God bless and be safe.